Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today is something different. Today we are doing a story time video. I should probably have made this story time video back at the start of the year of 2025, but I thought I should have just turned it into a post and basically goes on about the story of my surgery. If you guys don't check my posts, you wouldn't know that I ended up having a surgery about end of last year, December 7th, I think it was, and I healed by the time of the new year. So, that's basically how it happened. But we're going to go back to the start, where it pretty much all began back in 2021. Or it was 2020, I'm not too remembering, but I remember how it started. Basically, I was having COVID because this is when COVID was around, and it was just the usual. I couldn't breathe, I was on puffers, just to get my breath back because when I get sick, I have trouble breathing. COVID, it wasn't anything too much different, but I went to the doctor. Doctor came out to my car, well, my mum's car, and basically I set out of the car, getting checked up. Well, since I was at the doctor's, I knew it was something different because normally I just take my puffers, but you know what? Didn't think much of it. I'm at the doctor's, I'm getting checked up. So, what happens next? Well, basically, I get checked up, and so normally I have a grey puffer, which is like a bluish grey, and basically it just heals you up. But then I got a script for an orange puffer, which was a step up from my original puffer. So that's how I knew this was a bit more serious and blah blah blah. Basically, I don't know, a year comes around, COVID's gone. Though, I still feel like I can't breathe. Now, this was mainly for sicknesses. I didn't have any sickness. I just couldn't breathe properly. So I was on my puffers on and on and on again. So, what happened? Well, I went to the doctors again. Basically, I had enlarged tonsils and adenoids. The adenoids was later on discovered when I had trouble with my breathing through my nose, but it was mainly my throat. Basically, this was in 2022, 2023. We went there and yeah, discovered I have enlarged tonsils, adenoids. It mainly needed surgery. Problem was, I hate surgeries. It's like traumatizing. All right. But we'll get back later on my surgery when my story actually comes to that. It was like a big on and off. Basically, I was in, and it ended up in 2023 to 2024. I was just in and out of hospital because it was getting like really, really bad. I was in the hospital and we went into emergency time and time again, but the doctors was keeping turning me away, saying they can't do anything, which was good and bad. I'll give you the good first. I mean, good because I absolutely hate surgery. Bad that I couldn't get them out and I was stuck breathing like this. Basically, there was not much you could do. I was just going in and out. They kept turning me away because the doctors wanted me to have it fully closed over to the point where I couldn't breathe and probably almost died. That's what the emergency hospitals wanted. I didn't understand. They were like, that was like really stupid. We were in the hospitals for like all day because they took so long just to come in and check up on me. But you know what? I can't really help that. It was just like in and out, in and out. It was very annoying. Like very. Um, so I still had the trouble breathing from my nose and throat. Then, this gets a bit more gross. Basically, 2024. I think it was probably like, nah, it was probably quite a while back, I'll say. I don't really remember the exact date or anything. Basically, I felt like I was choking in my throat. I did not know what it is. I thought it would just like go away after a few days, 2 days max, but it didn't. It was sort of like I swallowed, I felt something in there. It was very hard to explain. Basically, that's happened for like 2 months ish, and next time we go to the doctor, basically, mum asks to the doctor, is this to do with the tonsils and adenoids? And they say yes. Apparently, the adenoids from all like the snot and everything, it's dripping down into my throat, getting lodged and just not actually gone down, and it's overflowing. So that's what that was. Basically, that wasn't going to stop to the surgery. So yeah. A bit after this, surgery was booked. It was booked for I think January 2025. I think like January 2nd. I'm basically, very worried about that. And then basically, it just keeps going on. With the breathing and problems. Then basically, I overheard my mum on the phone saying that the surgery was moved to December 2024. And I was like, what? Because that got me more stressed. I was like, why didn't anyone tell me this? And I was like, what? And, yeah, it was crazy because that was just like a month before when it was meant to happen. And just a recap, I absolutely hate surgeries. So, yeah, I was like absolutely flabbergasted. So that's how that went. December 1st rolls around. I'm worried because this was set, I think, on December 7th, if I'm correct. It was horrible. I think it was like a Friday or something. I'm sitting there, basically woken up. I had like a night before. Night before, I stayed up to like 12. Wake up next morning. It's Friday. I wasn't getting picked up till like 12. I did some stuff around the house, prepare myself. That's basically, and then my mum picked me up. We went to the hospital. We had to wait for like 2 hours till the surgery. Jesus. Heck. Basically, we go in. They put us into like a secluded waiting bay just because like I needed that, just like prepare myself. I sit there on my iPad watching some shows. I bring some of my Lego to customize and stuff, some of my Lego figures, just like help calm myself. About 2 hours, about an hour in, I had to put on my gown and just get more preparing. A few doctors came in, asked some questions. Then 2 hours like pass. They call us in. I get put on the bed. This is basically before they put me to sleep. Now, they did give me something, and it was supposedly to help calm my nerves, because I was pretty stressed. This was like a drug. Now, as much as I don't want to say this on my kid-friendly channel, it was basically a liquid drug. I'll try and kid-friendly this as much as I can. Basically, I put this syringe into my nose, squirt it straight up from my nose. I was like, what? This was basically just like a drug, a real drug. It's creepy. It's very creepy. But basically, it was basically some drugs to help me calm myself down. Did not like it any bit. I felt so weird. Now, I was like going nuts. I was actually like worrying and a whole bunch of shit. I was crying because it made me feel weird. It was like I was on real drugs, alright? And they go to me, wait, this here will help you calm you down from that. And I was like, I didn't even care at this point. I was about to hop off, punch all the doctors in the face, and run straight out. Basically, they put more drugs into me. It did not calm me. I don't know what they were thinking. And then they put more doses into me, and I knocked straight out. Like, seriously, I just zonk it. It was crazy. I mean, like, I was crying. They were just putting drugs and drugs into me. So eventually I fell asleep. This is the part I don't remember, but this is what my mum told me. Basically, I was put into the room where you get actually put to sleep, where the surgery was meant to happen. But since I was already asleep, they just wanted to put more into me just to make sure I was fully asleep. Apparently I woke up and I lashed out, and I freaking was holding down and everything. Like, the doctor had to come in. I was held down onto the bed. I was lashing out, full trying to get out and beat them all up. And then they put me back to sleep. Weird as heck. And then, well, I guess the surgery comes on. I wake up, not knowing a thing. I'm like in the bed. Last thing I remember is getting wheeled back to a room. Then it sort of fades out. Then I remember my family was there, dad, sister, mum. They were sitting there. I was in the bed. Yeah. So my adenoids, tonsils, they're removed from the surgery. All removed. I didn't feel too much difference, but that was probably because it had to heal. Well, that was what I suspected. Every night, every like 2-3 hours, I was woken up, or just in the day, I was given just some medicine to help heal pains. I was in there for about probably 2 days, maybe. I'm not too sure, but basically, I got a whole bunch of food because as a little present for my successful work, even though I lashed out and got drugged, I think I definitely deserved a big massive feast. So I just got a whole bunch of KFC, sat down on my bed, and ate. Yeah, it was very weird. But eating in a hospital bed, I don't recommend it, but, that's how it happened. Basically, I was healed. 10 days later, I was actually, healed. I guess an honorable mention, a week before my surgery, I freaking had, I don't know what it's called, but it was like a bug, and I was throwing up non-stop, man. So I was so happy that was a week before, and not actually on the day of I imagine if that was on my surgery, that would have been so bad. I was just throwing up. So that was good that it was a week before. But basically, fast forward, I was all healed. I'm pretty good. Fast forward to now. You know what? When I was thinking about it, I'm not really healed. I've only just had some more trouble breathing now. And I'm actually still very blocked up in my nose, and all that snot and everything is still in my throat. So I really don't know what's going on there. But that's basically where the story ends. Literally today when I'm filming this. I'm not 100%, but I feel a little bit better than I was. That's all that matters. So, that's basically the story on my surgery and how breathing problems started. This is basically a story on how I almost died. Now you guys might be wondering, Zach, this is not how you almost died. How could you almost die from a surgery? I guess I could have. I mean, numerous things could have went on. I mean, before it, I could have had my tonsils swell up so much that I died and just couldn't breathe. So I guess it is a story on how I almost died. So, yeah, that proves anything you guys wanted to say. But, anyways, that's all. Good story is over. Please hit a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to join Team Cola today. It's been great telling the story. So, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.